When you stand at the starting line of a marathon and look around you, you see all sorts of people. But all these supposedly different people stand at the same starting line and chase the same goal. It's really nothing special. And this is just another story about running.
But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now and finish the run.
Like many people during the 2020 pandemic, I picked up running. Not because of some innate talent or attraction to the sport, but because the gyms were closed. Also, I had just watched an anime about running and felt inspired. Kudos to the OG people who know me from that cringe video, I guess. After following the training plan that I got from a random Tumblr account back in the day, I did end up running my first half marathon back then. Just in my backyard though, because coming real close to other people was not an option, of course. And I was honestly proud of myself. I had just run a half marathon and life was good. But I didn't really keep at it, because life keeps you busy. COVID eventually passed and my beloved gym reopened. So I was back to my preferred sport of weightlifting. I occasionally went for a run when the weather was nice and I had nothing else to do, but I never pushed myself too hard. Except for one local 10k city race back in 2023. I remember doing that, and that it was actually quite fun. However, I am a surprisingly headstrong person. One might even say stubborn. I just need to get triggered and curious in the right way, and then I'll do something no matter what it takes. And a marathon was always at the back of my mind, ever since I was a kid and heard the original Greek myth in history class. Like, what do you mean the guy dropped dead and still hundreds of thousands of people attempt the same thing every year? It was kind of like a bucket list thing. And every year, when New Year's resolutions rolled around, I quietly told myself, this is the year you'll do it. Only I never did, because a marathon, while certainly possible, is also hard. Like, you have to commit to actually running regularly hard. Like, maybe you should inform yourself on intra-run nutrition and buy shoes that don't give you blisters hard. At this point you might be like, what actually did push you to do it then? It was a dare. Yes, I'm exactly that vain. In April, I signed up for the Bratislava half marathon, because while I was determined, I was not that delusional that I trusted myself to run a full marathon after years of barely running. Maybe I could have even done it back then, but I also believe in one challenge at a time. It was also my first official race, and I guess you have to experience the pure adrenaline and energy inside a crowd of people running to truly understand it. Despite barely sleeping the night before, I had a busy week on a film set, long story, I somehow crossed the finish line in under 2 hours, which was both a personal best but even more so a personal victory. But seeing a friend of mine and so many various types of people cross the finish line for the full marathon, I remember thinking, this is going to be me. Like going to be, you know, the English future tense, which is not will, which is kind of like might happen, but going to. The original dare was also to run the whole thing anyway, so I can't not do it now. Okay, so maybe running is taking over my life, because here I am. I woke up at 6 a.m. I'm wearing my new running shoes that I want to try out, which are absolutely beautiful. I bought shocks because this is my life now and this is my identity. Let's go for a quick run. Even though my legs are fucked because I did leg training yesterday. But I guess a marathon is only... Actually today I think it's exactly a month away. So it's not like I have a choice. Running at the core of it is a one-person sport. Most of the time when you're not racing or taking part in run groups, it's just you in your mind against the miles you've set out to do that day. And I know my mind. Actually, I'm always in my mind. Other than when I ran 20Ks to Epic the Musical, belting and performing all the way. I ran 25k, and it's funny because it just turned out that way. I just ran as long as I was listening to Epic the Musical. That was basically it. Somehow in the month after my half marathon, I fell into this comfortable routine of running 20Ks on the weekend, but never more and usually a bit less, and no hard runs or tempo runs during the week, which is to say, I had no training plan. Yes, I can eternally hear the professionals cringe through the screen, but it was working for me. The problem though was that I was getting so comfortable with the 20k distance that I slowly built up a wall inside my head run by run and couldn't imagine running any further than that. I did, however, do the very smart thing of signing up for a race in advance, and since that is expensive, it keeps you accountable. I mean, I didn't just pay 80 euros plus accommodation for nothing. Actually, I signed up for 2 marathons. 2 marathons in the span of 6 weeks. And I have run neither of them at the point of this recording. I don't know what past Hanna was thinking, but she wanted to keep herself double accountable, I guess. I also never ended up following a training plan. I more so had an idea of a weekly split. one jog, one fast run, and on Sundays a long run.
We're at 16k. Time for my food.
Oh, and I also continued weight training twice per week if that counts. But I tried listening to my body.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to run anymore. I'm over it. I want to stop, but my mind is telling me keep going.
Slowly pushing when it felt right, and slowly increasing mileage until I peaked at 35k 2 weeks before the marathon race. I ran 35k today. It's the last long run before the marathon. And I still can't imagine myself running even more. Honestly, it was so hard today. I didn't even do the Instagram influencer thing of filming myself while running because I just couldn't. I had to concentrate on not giving up on my legs. It was honestly also pretty humbling because I've had this great aspiration of maybe doing it like under 4 hours, the marathon. But honestly, after today, I'm like, it's not in the cards yet. But that's fine because if you're at max effort, either way, you can be proud of yourself. And I'm proud of just doing the 35 today. When you run, you can only control 4 things: how fast you run, what you eat and drink, and your attitude. I like that. It's simple and straightforward in a way, one step after the other, but you can also get nerdy and sciencey with it, as with every other sport, in order to optimize it. Today is exactly 1 week before the marathon, which means it's time for the last longer run. I mean, last week was the last longest run, and honestly, this week I've had just legs destroyed all week. I was walking like a newborn baby elk. I know that I shouldn't do too much today, so 20k is the cutoff line. Everything before that is fine. I woke up late because I didn't want to wake up, so I pressed snooze on my watch the whole time. And then I was like, but next week I can't wake up late, so maybe I should get into the rhythm. Leave me to this. I'll show you my cool socks. Look at this combination. Feel like a ballerina. I'm also back with the drinking coffee before the run, even though I know this will lead to complications during the run, but I just need it. Das war alles. Best time of the day. Freshly showered, returned from the run, everything went well. And now I just get to eat all day and lie on the sofa. And that's my favorite part of Sundays. I love them. I love them so much I can't even tell you. So, here are 5 things I learned from this marathon experience. First, you will always be hungry. I'm always hungry anyways, but as my weekly mileage increased, so did the amount of food and snacks that somehow found their way into my stomach. Second, I discovered a new level of discipline. I would say that I'm already a very organized and disciplined person, but having to run when you feel tired, when it rains, when you're not home yet and you just have to push through the last painful stretch of a 30k.
My fucking life.
That teaches you a new kind of discipline and shows you what you're capable of when you choose to show up. Third, you will accumulate stuff. It's not as inexpensive a hobby as it may seem, but you can and should save money by reusing items wherever possible. You don't need the latest running shorts if your brother's old ones still work. And don't buy everything running influencers advertise on social media. Whenever I want to buy something new now, I think of Jasmine Paris and her approach to it, and also her organization Green Runner, and first try to find a sustainable way for it. For example, my shocks I actually bought secondhand, and all of my running shirts are hand-me-downs or come from races. Fourth, I honestly feel no jealousy whatsoever towards other runners. To me, everyone is only really competing against themselves when they chose to run. However, I also do get inspired by the achievements of others. It makes me want to try harder as well. I think many of you guys probably know this documentary, and if not, I think you should watch it. It's a very popular documentary about Jasmine Paris finishing the Barkley Marathons as the first woman in history ever to do so. It's, I want to say, effing remarkable. I mean, it's so crazy, and I think the documentary shows really well what type of person she is. Really, there is nothing to win there. There's no medal, there's no prize money or anything. It's just pure grit. It really shows just how amazing humans can be. And this also has no relation to me. I'm just here watching it. Laz, who creates the Barkley Marathons, says something that really resonated with me, and it's like you feel like you're a better human just for watching her achieve that. Things like that just show you what humans, and women in particular, are just capable of. And doesn't that inspire you? Because it sure as hell inspires me. Fifth, I'm going to do it again. I don't even know why. It's as if my body has forgotten all the pain and now just wants to keep running. I think I've genuinely fallen in love with running. Somewhere between chasing the seemingly impossible goal and showing up day after day, it stopped being about the finish line and became about just moving my body itself. Every run, even the tough or messy ones, left me a little lighter somehow. So like I said in the beginning, this video isn't really about completing a marathon. It's about the long miles it took to get there. And I don't know how long I'll keep running for, if I'll drop out again for another 5 years and pick it up again in the future. Or maybe I'll become a super athlete or whatever. Who knows? all options are possible. But what I do know is that I had fun chasing this challenge. And that fun didn't have a finish line. And for me, that's reason enough to keep going, wherever this going leads next. Or should I say running? I should probably say running. Wherever running leads next.
Oh my god, they're the Pacers. I've been trying to stick with them all race. Can't believe I found them again. Oh my god.